Perfected human beings are Tirthankars. And the celestial beings, you are not, we are not the right people to tell whether they are Sudev or Kudev. They are Dev. Char jati ke Dev. Varnavyantar, Bhavanpati, Jyotish, Veman. In them, there can be the categories of Samyak Darshan and Mithya Darshan. As you have in human beings categories of Samyak Drishti, Mithya Drishti, in them also there can be categories. But they cannot perfect the Charitra. Even if they have Samyak Darshan, they cannot perfect the Ratnatraya. So they are aspiring, the Samyak Drishti, they are aspiring to be human beings, so that they can take the path of self-restraint, austerities, absorb in their pure soul and get liberated. So they envy your place. They want to be in your place. But we, who are not having the Samyak Darshan, we worship them, we adore them, we eulogize them, we beg from them, we pray to them, asking all mundane material favors. But they are not the ones who are going to give it if your punya is not on your side. So all that kind of discussion we discussed with the Kudev chapter. So first of all, human beings are Sudev. Devi Devtas cannot be Sudev. And please don't call them Kudev also. We worshipping them. That faith, that wrong faith is called as Kudevpana. Clear? Okay. So how are we to relate with them? You can simply tell them Jai Jinendra. You can simply koi yaksh hai, bhoot hai, pret hai. If somebody is possessed by an evil spirit or a good spirit, how are you to address them? You can simply say Jai Jinendra. Look upon them also as pure souls and pray that they also overcome their lower instincts and conquer themselves and become Jinendra. Victory be to the Jina in them, and Jina in us, Jina in you. So that's no problem. But going and worshipping them and telling them, Shani Devata do this, Mangal Devata do this, Hanumanji do this, Shitla Mata do this, Amman do this, all these things, no, that is wrong faith in the Kudev. Clear? Am I loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All that we have seen in the last class. Now we are going to see about Kuguru. We are going to see about Kuguru. So those who want the Hindi lecture can listen to my Friday evening lecture. Friday evening class mein jo lecture hota hai, you can listen to that. And the English translation of Mokshmarg Prakashak, page number 175. From there we are going to see. So first of all, what is the meaning of the word Guru? Write down. Gu means darkness. Gu means darkness. Ru means dispeller. One who dispels the darkness of ignorance, perversion, nuisance, the spiritual slumber that we are in. One who is able to help us to overcome that is a Guru. And I've told you from Nishchay and Vyavahar point of view, from the Nishchay point of view, your Atma is Dev, your Gyan is Guru, and your Upyog is Dharma. For all the Jivas, Atma, their Atma is Dev, Bhagwan, and the Gyan which adores this Bhagwan Atma is the Guru. And this Kriya, this process is Dharma. But how will the soul know itself? Only with the help of the Dev Guru Dharma, by understanding from the Vyavahar point of view. So from the Vyavahar point of view, Aryant Siddhar Dev, Nirgrantha Muniraj are Guru, and Ahimsa, Sanyam, Tap, Daya, wherever that Dharma is there, with Samyak Darshan Gyan is Dharma. Okay, so from Nishchay and Vyavahar point of view, I have told. Okay, and you all remember the chart I gave you, no? The Moksha Marga chart. Do you all have it? Do you want me to give it again? We will need it now. Did I give it in the last class? Try to take this, please. If I've given it, please tell me so that I don't repeat. Gold, bangle. Right here, Ratnatre. Make a chart like this. Nishchay, Vyavahar, viewpoints. Moksha Marga is not two. These are two viewpoints. Example, gold and bangle. So right here, have I given this chart, dear friends?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. In the few classes back, not recently.
So anyway, if you have it, you can refer to it. You need not write it again. What is Samyak Darshan? Who will tell me? Who will tell me if you have got the chart?
Atma Darshan in Nishchay point.
Very good. Atma Darshan, Atma Gyan, and Atma Raman or Atma Leenata. So, first of all, having faith in the pure soul, knowing the pure soul, experiencing the pure soul. Okay. Those who are not familiar with this Atma Darshan word, you can write faith. I am a pure soul. I am like Siddha Bhagwan. And it is Gyan Swabhav. So experiencing that Gyan Swabhav, Atma, makes the Gyan right, makes the experience right, makes the faith right. And then the Jeev progresses on the path of Moksha, that is Moksha Marga. But since Anadikal, the Atma is there with everybody. We are all this Atma. But how will this Atma know the Atma? And Darshan Gyan is also there in the Atma. But it is not Samyak. It is not right. It is not the way it should be. So the Jeev is caught in Mithya Darshan, Mithya Gyan, Mithyachari. Okay, again I'll repeat. Atma or all Jeev are Atma. Darshan Gyan is also there with the Atma. This Darshan Gyan is also there with the Atma. Some Charitra or the other is also happening. But they are not Samyak. They are Mithya. So the Jeev is on the path of Sansar. But when the Jiva looks at Sudev, that is Tirthankar, Aryanta Siddha Bhagwan, he comes in contact with the Sugurus. He comes in contact with the Sushastra. He understands the Atma Swabhava, that is Sudharma. That very minute, this Samyak Darshan will be perfected 100%. But we have come in contact with Dev, Guru, Shastra since Anadikal. But we have not understood them the way they should be understood. So our Mithyatva has not gone. But the day we look at them and apply it on us, we transcend even their worship and absorb in our pure soul, Raman. Then our Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, Samyak Charitra, all three will become perfect. So without the help, Nimit, they are all Nimit. Without the Nimit of Dev, Guru, Shastra, nobody can come on understand the Nishchay Dharma. But simply being dependent on them also you won't understand. Without them also you won't understand. So you have to look here and learn to look here. You have to look here and then look here. This process will help you to get rid of mithyatva, get samyaktva, come on the path of moksha. So who are they who have perfected these three? Who are the gurus who are perfecting these three? And what is dharma? Perfection of these three. Everything else is punya marg. Perfection of these three will lead to samvar nirjara and eventually moksha. And the Shastra talk about how to go about this by understanding the seven tattvas, samyak gyan of the seven tattvas. The seven tattvas include the jiva tattva. So when you understand the jiva tattva, you will want to be with it. And then you detach with material things. So that is measured through Muni Achar and Shravak Achar. Either 100%, 24/7 you are committed to this path of moksha, then you become a Muni. But if you feel no, you are not yet ready for it, you will adopt it in your material life and try to balance your material life and your spiritual life by taking to the 12-fold vows and the pratimas, etc. Mere without this, without Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, taking to Charitra will not lead to Moksha Marga. It can also enhance your world. And when you take to this Charitra, you take this Charitra to be with the soul through the 12-fold supper. Charitra is taken up to take to the 12-fold austerities. Through these austerities, you absorb in the pure soul and you come on the path of moksha and go to moksha. Am I loud and clear, friends?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Am I loud and clear? Because when I'm
Yes, ma'am.
on the board, I'm not seeing anybody. That's why I have to ask this question. Sorry. So now let us see what Panditji has to say about Kugurus. Now, why is he talking about Kuguru? Because if you want to understand what is light, you also have to understand what is darkness. If you want to know what is a good apple, you should also know the nature of a rotten apple to differentiate the good from the rotten and pick up the good and leave the rotten. In the same way, if only when you know the nature of Kugurus, you will know the nature of Suguru. Then your mithyatva will go, you become eligible for samyak. So today let us examine in our life where all we have nurtured the Kuguru Shraddha and do Michhami Dukram for that. And see that we don't fall in the trap of Kugurus. So who are Kugurus? First of all, he says that those Jeev who take to Vishay and Kashay, those who take to Vishay and Kashay Roop Adharma, and they have a very tall ego, and they want others to respect them. They want a following. They are nurturing their false egos. Or maybe they are following some part of some conduct. You know, some way they are following some part of some dharma. Okay. And they want to be known as Dharmatma, Mahatma. They want to be known as Dharmatma, Mahatma. All these are Kugurus. See, I'll tell you one thing. Even Bhagwan, see, Bhagwan does not want you to eulogize him. If he wants, that means he is having Ragvesh. He cannot be a perfect God. They are Vitarag. First of all, we should understand our Paramatma is Vitarag. So our gurus also should be on the line of Vitarag. Then only he is a Suguru. If he is nurturing these ideas, of having a following, of doing some social welfare projects, of helping you, of karta buddhi. He's having a karta buddhi means he's not having a gyata drishta karta buddhi. So such people are called as uppal nav. Uppal nav is what? Who will tell me what is uppal nav?
It's a,
I'm muting everybody. Why do you keep unmuted? When you talk, unmute yourself and please mute yourself. आपके घर के पीछे का बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक सब फिर क्लास में आ जाता है. Yes, what is uppal now?
Stone boat.
Stone boat. Very good. Chalo. So, actually, a true guru is one who has very deeply studied the Jain philosophy. He has concept clarity and he's applying it in his day-to-day life. He's very careful about not drowning in the ocean of samsara, and he's very careful in guiding others. And he knows that guiding others is not going to liberate him. It is punya. He has to go beyond it. That clarity, first of all, should be in the guru. If it is not there, and he's having all these fancy ideas, and he's thinking himself to be, oh, I can do the welfare of so many people, I have helped so many people, etc., then he is a kuguru. Okay. Now, first point he's telling, kul adi ki apeksha. From the point of view of having a family guru, ye mere kul guru hain. My grandfather used to give importance to him. My father gives importance to him. So I also have to go to him and all, him or her or whatever it is. Then like people, you know, they say Agastya Rishi ka Vamsh, Bhargav ka Vansh. You know, in those days, the kings used to study in the Gurukuls. And after the gurus, they would have their family names. And the family would go and visit them. You know, Bhargav Vansh, Agastya Vansh, vagara, vagara, vagara. So the kings, you know, they used to give, oh, these gurus have nurtured us. So as a mark of respect, they have their family names after them. So Brahman Adi, these names they have. So, so Brahmins know. See, there are many. See, in India we have this culture of Vedic and Shramanic culture. So in the Vedic culture, they have this Kul Guru Parampara. Okay, even in Shvetambars, I've seen some Acharya Parampara, Pidi dar Pidi, by generations, they follow it. Okay, so here they are saying, so how can a person who is born in an Ucha Kul, but he's taking to, Ucha means a higher caste, like Brahmin, etc., but he's taking to antisocial activities, then how can he be a guru? For example, he's a guru, but he's taking charas and ganja. He's taking drugs. He's doing all Nityananda activities. How can he be a guru? Okay, so that way we have to understand. Second, in the Vaishnav Shastra, it is told that Veda Vyas says that Veda Vyas was born out of a fish who's written the Brahma Sutra and Mahabharata and all that. And there he tries to say that the Moola Utpatti of every Jiva is the Brahma. From Brahma only we all have come. Okay, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So Brahma gives birth to everybody and everything. Vishnu क्या बोले, पालन करते हैं, orientate करते हैं, and Shiva samhar करते हैं, destroy करते हैं. So that Trinity functions, and they say from Brahma everybody is come. So if everybody is equal, everybody's source is the same, then who is high and who is low? So then you have this Varnashram Dharma, no? Brahman, Vaishya, Shudra, and all these things. Do you know the real meaning of these four ashrams? I'm not talking of the Grahastha ashram and Vanaprastha ashram. I'm talking about these four castes. See, when we labor, When our cells in our body labor to digest and excrete, that process is Shudra. When we work hard to earn something, that is the Vaishya. And when our fighter cells are fighting the enemies inside, they are the Kshatri. And we awaken the Jnana Tattva. So that is the Brahman. All the four are there in our body. Am I loud and clear?
Very nice, ma'am. Very nice.
Huh? So all the four are acting in our body. So eventually we place the Jnana Swabhava Atma on a higher level. We
Ma'am,
want to
can you
conquer
repeat
our...
Vaishya, ma'am?
See, when we are when our cells in the body are doing the function of digestion, excreting, labor, any labor happening in the body to cleanse and all these things. So that is the Shudra element. Now, without this Shudra, the body will, if all the toxins are there in the body will die. So they have to be eliminated. The Shudra is equally important. And when we work hard with our limbs to earn something, to do something, to create something, whether it is a beautiful painting or a piece of art or anything, it is the Vaishya. The fighter cells fighting inside, your immunity, right? All the bacteria, virus entering your body and you remove the carbon dioxide, you remove them. That is the Kshatriya. And each cell knows what to do. The Gyan is there. So that Upyog is there, the Gyan is there. So that is the Brahma Tattva, the Brahman. Actually, these was written in the Vedas. But the Pandits, they understood they are the Brahmins, the Shudra are low caste. So we have to worship the Kshatriyas and we have to take to the help of the Vaishyas, Adani, Ambani. All kinds of politics going on in the name of religion. So politics in religion, religion in politics, that is demeaning our society. All these were written to unite and help us to evolve to greater heights. Clear, dear friends? Okay, so you should definitely do comparative study, you know. You should see, I have with me beautiful books. If you want, I can recommend if you want to enhance your learning from the Vedic tradition. There are many things that when you read the Vedic tradition, you'll understand Jainism better. You'll understand Jainism better. This is my my journey, you know. If I were to write a book on my life story, then definitely I'll be talking about this bit, you know, how this helps us to understand things in a brighter light. Okay, coming back. So he says that people are born in Uchakul, but they are going to Vaishyas, they are taking to addictions, they are doing all kinds of nasty things. So how can you say that they can be worthy of worship? So don't fall in their trap. Okay. Then they say, some people say that I'm a very Siddha Purush. I've got a lot of devotees and people follow me. Okay. But they're, what to say? They say that a father can be born in a higher family, but he can do demeaning activities. And another person, a Shudra, can be born in a low family. Father matlab a person. And the Shudra can be born in a low family, but he will be doing higher things. Higher thing means noble things. So what is the use of this Kula Guru and Kula? Why you have to be proud of your Kula? Then in the Shvetambara tradition, there's one very beautiful aphorism which says that there is no Nasa Jai, Nasa Joni. And there are two lines, you know, very beautiful. Lot of disturbance. There is no Jati, no Kul, no place in the whole universe, Jati Kul, where we have not been born umpteen number of times. We have been born as fishermen, we have been born as terrorists, we have been born as butchers, we have been born as any person doing chandal activity, we have taken to all kinds of kya bole, sapta vyasan. So why to be proud of this family or this school that we are in today? So when you talk about yourself, you should talk about the soul that has been in a continuation process of evolution and not just this human birth station that we are in. You're not forever going to be here. So when you think about the soul, then your ego will go, your ego will melt. Then you will conquer your karmas. You become eligible for higher things. Okay, so this is one. Next one. So the concluding statement of this discussion is that kul parampara se apne ko guru manna manvana mithyatva. Because I'm born in that kul, my kul is like this, vagara vagara, we are great. This is false. Next one, patta parampara. Patta parampara means what? Successor, no? For example, you have the Pope, you have the Dalai Lama. How are the successors selected? Maybe a small child is made to sit on the seat of the Dalai Lama or an Acharya. And then he has no Brahma Vidya, he has no Gyan, Atma Gyan, Tattva Gyan. And he thinks himself to be a guru and people blindly follow him without examining. I told in my Friday class that even if you buy a pot, an earthen pot, don't you examine it? If you go to the vegetable market, supermarket, and you want to buy 1 kg lady's finger or tomatoes, don't you examine them? You simply blindly buy them? You examine only and buy, no? In the same way, in Hindi, there is one saying, Pani pijiye chhan kar, guru kijiye jaan kar. Drink filtered water and accept that person as a guru after thorough examination. Otherwise, it will amount to blind faith. Even if you're accepting the Suguru without examining, it will amount to Kuguru only. Because Kuguru is not a person, it is your faith. In a wrong way, in the wrong person, everything. Okay. So if you don't have faith in Aryant Paramatma the way you should have, that will also amount to having Kudev Shraddha. Even though they are not Kudev, but your not knowing them as they are amounts to, because you have not got the Vyavahar Samyak Darshan. And Vyavahar Samyak Darshan will happen only with Nishchay Samyak Darshan. Vyavahar may be accept Aryan Siddha, but Aryan Siddha are after whom? They are after their pure soul. So when you accept Aryan, you have to also accept their commandments, their holy orders. But we don't want to accept that. We keep on worshipping Paramatma. How many Janma you will worship? What are you going to gain? Only Punya, by which you will go to Devalok, 2000 Sagar, you will go 1260 Sagar to Devalok. And then you will get Grahit Mithyatva, and then for a long time you will be in Nigod. So it's a vicious circle, dear friends. And Panditji, Todarmalji has been very careful in helping us to overcome the greatest sin, which is Mithyatva. How many chapters he is devoting for Mithyatva and helping us in so many ways that we understand the right thing and overcome the wrong things, so that we don't fall in the trap of Nigod again. Look at his compassion. Look at his compassion. Okay. So people born in that, not born, people are successors of some great person. Like for example, no, there was a king and somebody had declared that the king is going to die and the king had no children. So then the king asked, who will be my successor? So they said, okay, give a garland to the elephant and whomsoever the elephant goes and garlands, that person will become your successor. So these kind of things also happen in the case of selecting a successor. So are such people fit to be gurus? No. Panditji says no. Okay. Then he says that there are many people who first of all take to brahmacharya. They renounce parastri, sevan and all these kind of things. And later on, they fall in the trap of women. So how can they be gurus? Then he says, okay, there are people who are following brahmachari, but they are not giving up the other kinds of sins. They are eating in the night, they are taking to parigrah, they are taking to other politics, everything. So merely following one vow does not make them eligible to be sugurus. Okay. Then he says that by vesh malum hai, somebody has a topi, somebody has a tilak, somebody has a dadi. By simply having a particular vesh, sorry, huh? So just by having some vesh, you all understand? Some attire, some robe, some dress code, you are a guru. So how can this be possible? And but such people, they have this bhasma, no? They have this vibhuti, bhasma on the whole body. ये सब की कमी नहीं है इंडिया में. India is a museum of all these vesh gurus. You understand what I'm trying to say? You may not find all these things abroad and all these things, but in India, to aaye din, you can see in every tradition. You take any religious tradition, Jain, Buddhist, Hindu, Sikh, and in Christianity also you have 26 denominations. And in Islam again, Shia, Sunni. You know what Panditji says? Not Panditji says. There is one person called Pushpendra Kulashreshta. You write down his name. Watch his videos. Pushpendra Kulashreshta. And also listen to Sudhanshu Trivedi. Sudhanshu Trivedi, kya Hinduism ka gyan rakhte hain. He talks so beautifully. And there is also one person, Vikram Sampath, who talks about history of India. And follow kya bole, Vantage, First Post, Palki ka news reporting. Okay, all these people now, they talk in a very different way about India, Indian culture, Indian constitution and all. They'll give you a right picture of things, you know. Sans the Jain thing. Jainism के बारे में तो अभी तक लोग ज़्यादा कोई नहीं बोलता है. कोई है ही नहीं इतना अच्छा बोलने वाला जो पब्लिक में आकर के who will talk about Jain history and help people, the world, understand the real Indian history. That there's a big vacuum at the top level. Okay, so what I was trying to say is Pushpendra Kulashreshth, he talks about Muslims, you know. He'll say bade bhai ka pajama, chote bhai ka kurta. Muslims here in India, they'll be having very long jubbas and very short pajamas. So he'll say bade bhai ka jubba, chote bhai ka pajama pehen ke kuch bhi karte. So he talks very beautifully. So you can listen to these people. Okay. Then he says such people who have different robes, they are also using AC, heater, cooler. They don't know to tolerate the Shit Ushna Parishaha. How can they be gurus? You understand? Now, if a Digambar Muniraj is there, who is tolerating Shit Ushna Parishaha, but if he is not having Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, then he also is not a Suguru. Because the eligibility for a Suguru is Charitra preceded by Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan. If they don't have, then they are also Dravyalingi Muni. They are not Bhavalingi Muni. Whatever. Okay. So Simply by taking to the Vesh Parivartan, what dharma are they establishing? So such people also should not be worshipped. Then in your book, from page number 177, 178 to 183, the names of lot of texts are given and quotations are given. References are given where these things are told. So in your exam, they can ask you about the name of a text. So you should even take cognizance of it when you are studying. For example, in Upadesha Siddhanta Ratnamala, it is told that a person is cheated by a prostitute and he throws money at her, but he is unaware that he is being robbed of his wealth. Likewise, people throw their energy and money on two gurus and they don't even understand that they are being robbed of their dharma dhan. So what better tragedy can be? And they are happy about it. They are delighted about it. See, one thing they are doing wrong. Second thing, they are delighted about it. That is Anantanubandhi Kashta. You do wrong, but you understand that what you're doing is wrong and you want to overcome it, then that will not be Anantanubandhi Kashta. Otherwise, it amounts to Anantanubandhi Kashta. Okay. So next he says, people say that what is told in the scriptures is a very uphill task. It's a very difficult path. It's a very difficult path. Huh? Huh? So what is told in the Shastra is very, very difficult. And if I don't take up the path of a guru, then how I will tell people about it? For example, I don't want to take names. I don't want to take names. They have told me, for example, I've interacted with Shramanis and I've told them that you have taken the Mahavratas, then why are you not following it completely? Why are you compromising on them? You want to be a social reformer, you want to do something for the society, then don't take the vratas. They told me that who will listen to us if we don't have this vesh, if we don't take to these vratas externally. You understand what I'm trying to say? They're taking Bhagwan's Parampara's name and they're promoting their agendas. You get me? So here there are many people who say that their names are given: Yati, Muni, Acharya, Upadhyay, Sadhu, Bhattarak, Sannyasi, Yogi, Tapasvi, Nagna. They want to be called by these names, but they don't want to follow what is told in the Shastra because they want others to follow what they are teaching, etc. etc. So such people also should not be relied upon. Okay. Now the Shishya asks, oh, we have seen all these Vesh Parampara, but how do we know who is right and who is wrong? You have told us about all these things, but how do we know who is right and who is wrong? Now he says, Kaun? Panditji is quoting Kundakunda Acharya. See, Kundakunda Acharya's great works. You all know Samay Sar, Pravachan Sar, Niyam Sar, Panchastikai, and the fifth one. Who will tell me the name of the fifth one? Panch Parama.
Ashtapahud.
Very good. Ashtapahud. So this Ashtapahud, they say there were 84 Pahud. 84 Pahud were written. But what we are having now is only 8. Okay. And then Kashai Pahud is different. Pahud means Prabhrit. Prabhrit means a text or a section of a text. So Kashai Pahud is a different text. And it runs to 10-15 volumes. Beautiful, worth reading. So if you people
Pravachan
want,
sir, ma'am. Is it
Huh?
Pravachan sir?
no, I told Samay
Samay
sir,
sir,
Pravachan.
Pravachan sir, Niyam sir, Panchastikay.
Fifth one, Ashtapahud. So this Ashtapahud, no, we are going to study in paper 3. But we are going to study only about the text of Ashtapahud, about the text of Ashtapahud, and not the text of Ashtapahud. So if you people want, we will study the text of Ashtapahud. Okay. Saurabh, in our Prakrit certificate course, we did some gathas from the Ashtapahud, right? So here he's quoting from Darshan Pahud, and he says, three ling matlab three types of vesh only should be worshipped. First one is Jina Swarupa Nirgrantha Digambar Muni Linga. Jina Swarupa. Like the Jinas, they follow the Nirgrantha Digambar Muni Linga. Second is Utkrishta Shravak. They may be on the 10th, 11th Pratima Shravaka Linga, like the Shullak, Elak, and Pratima Dhari Shravak. And third one is Arika. Arika का रूप, ये स्त्रियों का लिंग, ये तीन लिंग को ही श्रद्धान करना. There is no fourth ling for a Samyak Drishti. Okay, this is what is told in Darshan Pahud. So if you worship any other ling, or if you believe in any other external vesh, then it amounts to Mithya Darshan. It amounts to Mithya Darshan. Okay. Now, in these three also, there are people who take to the vesh and they are not able to follow complete dharma. That's okay. But at least they are on the right path. Okay. So then he says you should not do mixing in gold and silver if you mix some alloy. Likewise, in the right 24-karat dharma, if you mix the wrong things, then that also amounts to mithyatva. Okay. Now, for this, he is giving one justification. Very beautifully, he says that if you take to the vow of upvas, you all know upvas, 24 hours not eating. And in that upvas, even if you consume little bit of food, it amounts to sin. So you don't have the strength to do upvas. Don't do. But if you are taking to the vrat of upvas, the upvas vrata, then don't break it. Be careful. Then he says, okay, you don't have the strength to do upvas, don't do. You do ekashan and eat stomach full. No problem. Don't take to the higher vows and break them. Instead, you take to the lower vows and follow it properly. Then you are on the path of righteousness. Okay. So just by having the name that I can do this and then you break those, it amounts to sin, and such people go to Nigo. Then again in Sutra Pahud, he says, Jaha Jaya Ruva Sariso. Jaha Jaya means Yatha Jata. Yatha Jata means the way in which we are born. A child is born naked. Okay, nude. So in that mudra only a muni should be. A Tirthankar is also in that mudra only. So
Excuse
this
me, ma'am.
bolo.
Can we say that with the child being born as nude, can we say is also born with no sense of possession in real sense?
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
I'm coming to that. When you say childlike state means, it means, see, a child is fearless. So the muni should be fearless. A child has no embarrassment that he is nude and all that. So Muni should not be embarrassed. If he is, then he is having the parisha. A child has no sense of yours and mine. So a Muni should also not have that sense. So mainly it is those virtues that are there in a child, and the external thing all have to be included in understanding the nature of a Muni. It's not simply the external appearance, it is the inner innocence, purity of heart, simplicity. And I'll tell you one thing, I have a grandchild now, and it is so nice to observe her, you know. You give her 2-3 things, she'll take only one thing. She'll not even bother about the other things. You give her some toys, okay, just out of interest it will see it, then it will leave it. Out of interest, मतलब थोड़ा सा देखेगा फिर छोड़ देगा. अपरिग्रह. I'll tell you one thing. I got an opportunity to do a parenting workshop, teachers training. I was training under the guidance of Pandit Sumat Prakash. So beautifully he talks about that childlike innocence. एक minute. Sorry, dear. So very beautifully, Panditji talks about the innocence of children and all these things. You know, he gives an example. You know, this. See, it's a total different topic altogether. It's a total different topic. You should listen to his pravachan on this, on parenting skills and how to raise children with that spirituality and positivity and so many things, you know. And he's worked with thousands of children. छोटे छोटे बच्चों को ऊंचा अध्यात्म वो सिखा देते. And now in Indore, not Indore, in Kanyadana, there's a 5-day workshop from 18th to 22nd. All of you try to go. Even though I want to go, I cannot go, but I'll be following all the live lectures and everything. So he's doing remarkable work, and I follow his lectures and his examples, you know. So such simple examples he gives. So there I've heard, you know, a child, no, a mother is washing the clothes, and the child also wants to come and wash the clothes. But what the mother will do if she is not careful, she'll say, no, beta, go, I will wash it. So what Panditji is trying to say, that the Jeev wants to do shrama. That is the nature of the Jiva, to be physically active. But we, out of our love and false caring and all these things, we shoo away the child from doing the labor, and we make him lazy, and we make him dependent on machines and other things. So then he says, okay, the child comes and washes the clothes. You have to observe what it will do. For washing one small kerchief, it will put so much of soap and so much of water. Because the upyog of the child is not developed. The gyan of the child is not developed. He cannot do the calculation. For this much cloth, this much soap, this much water is required. He'll pour it, or he'll waste it. So now the mother's role is, she has to help the child. Beta, take this much soap. Beta, take this much water. This is enough. Do it. You are washing the vessel. The child will come there to wash the vessel. You have to help the child. Okay, come. This is the way you have to wash. You know, so it's like a kind of a military rule. You know, you have to teach the children at home and make them Atmanirbhar. Let them do their work themselves. Appreciate it. They need love. They need appreciation. And then you should see what kind of beautiful personality that child will come out to be. You understand? Instead of telling, no, I will do it. No. They want to do things themselves. They don't want to be dependent on you. I see my little Tridha, you know, I try to feed her. She will take it from my hand and she'll try to put it in her hand. She doesn't want to be. Now, the meaning is Atma wants to be Atmanirbhar. And that starts with physical Atmanirbharta. And slowly it can be nurtured up to real Atmanirbhar. Not to be dependent on our body, on our breath, on our indriya, on our senses, on our mind, on Dev, Guru, Shastra, anybody. And just to be dependent on our soul and on our Gyan Darshan and absorb in it and manifest it and become Arihantans. You get me, dear friends?
Yes, ma'am.
You know, so that is my concept of Atmanirbhar, which our Aryan Siddha Bhagwan had told us. हाँ, sir. अच्छे लग रहे हैं, bye. Thank you. ठीक है. So Yatha Jat means, now come to Yatha Jat ka real meaning. Since Anadi Kal, Atma is Yatha Jat in Gyan Darshan Swarupa. That Gyan Darshan Swarupa Mudra, when you understand, you will detach from everything that is external, even the physical body. That is the Yatha Jata Swarupa. Clear? And then you don't even depend on even an iota of dhan, wealth, clothes, possessions, anything. And if you are not having this Yatha Jata Mudra and you are having these possessions of disciples, of scriptures, of photo shoots and coming on the TV and printing books in your name and having your name and fame, then such gurus will go to Nigod. Puna Jai Nigodam. That's why this Ashtapauda is not so popular, like Samay Sar and Pravachan Sar. So people feel that they are criticizing the Munis, but actually it is not criticism of the Munis. It is warning, it is caution. I gave the example in my Friday class that supposing a mother is ironing the clothes and that little child, 1 year old or whatever, is coming again and again. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year old, the child wants to come near the iron. The mother will say, no, you are not supposed to come. It is hot. You will burn yourself. So the child doesn't understand. Then the mother will shout at him or not and tell him sternly that you're not supposed to come here. Be there. Now, is the mother putting the child down or cautioning the child that if you come here, you will hurt yourself? In the same way, talking about these rules is not putting the Muni down, rather cautioning him that you are a guru means be the right guru. Don't fall in the trap of wrong things and go to Nigo. It is like the signboard, danger ahead. It's like that. Okay. Now, when you see the gurus outside, when you see the gurus, you will also see the mistakes they make. And you go and try to correct them. They will tell you point blank on your face, we know what we are doing. Are you a right Shravak? Are you a good Shravak? First you see yourself, then you come and tell us. Why we are doing? Maybe out of compulsion, maybe out of need. For example, today Munis keep mobiles. Munis and sadhus and sadhvis, and they keep mobiles. And in my career of 35 years of teaching Jainism, for the past, how many years? I can't say, 25 years. I've taught at least 50, 60 sadhu sadhvis. I've seen all kinds of groups. I told you last semester also I took classes for 3, 4, 5 nuns and so many of them. So I have never tried to correct them. What wrong they are doing, aapke gyan mein aa jayega. But who are we to correct them? But in the Jain scriptures, the Shravak Shravika are called as, in the Shvetamba tradition, Amma Piya of Sadhu Sadhus. This word is there, Amma Piya. Amma means mother, Piya means Pita, father. That means a Shravak and Shravika should be so learned in the adepts, in the texts, that he is able to correct even the sadhus and sadhvis if they are going wrong. But today we have very rich Jain sadhus and sadhvis. They have not studied the scriptures, so they will not know what wrong is happening, and they will encourage these sadhus to do boli lagao, ye karo, wo karo, and all that money will be deposited with these Shravak Shravikas. So Shravikas are using the sadhus, sadhvis, and the sadhvis are using the Shravak Shravikas and promoting Mithyatva, Kuguru Parampara. So what I would say is that Samyak Darshan, Samyak Drishtis are a very small minority. And Mithyatva only is ruling the world. It's darkness outside and darkness inside. So don't try to correct them. If possible, when you are pointing one finger to them, 3 fingers are pointing towards yours. In your past life, when you were a guru, you must have done all these wrong things. Now you learn the lessons that in your next life, when you become a sadhu, you be the right sadhu and you evolve in one birth. What mistakes you made in your past life, that you are here. Don't repeat them. Learn the lessons. Have the faith. In the Shvetamba tradition, they say that we have taken Diksha so many times and Meru jitna hoga patra leke chhod diya. In Digamba tradition, you can say Pichi Kamandal. We have taken off the heap of Meru Parvat. When we were sadhus, what wrong we did? We must have done all these wrong things. So who are we to correct them? And if you can correct them, learn how to correct them. First, you correct your character. First, you get the Ratnatraya and you become eligible. You learn the skills. Today, sadhu, sadhvis need empowerment. When they are empowered, they'll empower the society. They don't have this Ratnatraya. I'm not telling about a particular one. I'm generally talking. Exceptions will never become a rule. There are exceptions to what I'm telling. With all due respect to all the great gurus there, I'm concerned about my people, and I'm concerned about the gurus who empower my people. So I empower them in whatever little way I can. Clear, dear friends? So you also can do your bit in whatever way you can. Have discussions with gurus, have workshops, have a community dialogue. Don't be scared. Okay? Huh? Chalo. So here you understood Yatha Jata Mudra, and if you, having embraced that path, if you compromise on it, then you will land in Nigod. Now he says, a grahast means a householder, can keep parigraha and go to Swarg Moksha. But being a Muni, if you take too little bit of parigraha, you go to Nigod. If you can't follow 100% aparigraha, take to the partial aparigraha. Sitting at home, learn to live like Bharata Chakravarti. Learn to live how Bharat Chakravarti. Okay. Then like Bharat Chakravarti, first I should get a Chakravarti pad. I should get a palace. I should get this many Ranis. Then I will become detached. No, that is not the meaning. How Bharat was living in the palace, amidst all the possessions, he lived a detached life like a lotus in water. If you can live like that, sitting at home, live. So then he says that there are, what is the process? What is the process? I will come to that process a little later. But before that, he says that in this Hunda Avsarpini Kal, Hunda means Nikrishta. Nikrishta means worst of the worst Avsarpinis. We are in the worst of the worst Avsarpini. Avsarpani itself means a descending phase. But in this, all wrong things only will be happening. See, Chandragupta Raja ke Swapna Pado. All of you go and listen to the dreams of Chandragupta Raja and the dreams of Mahavir Swami. And in their dreams, they could foresee the future. In the dream, they understood, it was revealed that there's one Hindi doha, no? हंस चुगेगा दाना और कौवा मोती खाएगा. रामचंद्र कह गए सिया से ऐसा कलयुग आएगा, है ना? फिर आगे और भी आता है, हंस चुगेगा दाना और कौवा मोती खाएगा. Can anybody translate this? Hello.
There will come a time in the future when the swans will eat the grains and the crows will eat the pearls.
Pearls. Very good. Thank you. Big round of applause for Shobha Madam. Instantly. Very good. Very alert she is. By the time you're processing, she's already finished the task. Energy. I salute her energy. So,
But Shukriya.
Hans means a swan. A swan lives only in the Man Sarovar. That extremely beautiful scenery, place, the Man Sarovar. Hans, swans live. And the swan, no, they can separate, what to say?
Milk from water.
Milk and water.
So that Hans is symbolic of the Atma, which has the Bheda Vigyan to separate the right from the wrong. To separate the Samyak and the Mithya. Okay, so, but this swan is not doing the Bheda Vigyan. Okay, and it is taking to the material things. And the crow, on the other hand, he is born in a very negative, not negative family, nothing like that. Negative, like for example, a corrupt minister. He has access to all the wealth and power and position and policies and all these kind of things. But the Hans, the Samyak Drishti, he does not have access to power and wealth and position and all that. So this is what is the scene now. Like for example, now coming back, we Jains are a very small minority. If we are in the administration, we will bring out policies related to ahimsa and all these kind of things, no? Where no meat export will happen, animal husbandry, this, that. But are we in a position to do it? So हम लोग सब दाना खाते हैं, हंस है लेकिन दाना चुगते हैं. And the corrupt politicians who have no ahimsa, no sanyam, no tap, they are the policy makers and they take to all these policies. They are only having all the wealth and access to all the material affluence and all that. For example, the government does not even think about the interests of the Jains because we are not united and we are a small minority. Our votes don't matter to them. On the other hand, appeasement of all Muslims and Christians and everything is happening. So much of subsidies, Hajj subsidy, this subsidy given to them and nothing for us. So what I'm trying to say, you are able to understand what is written in the scriptures is verifiable in the society today. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So he says now this Hunda Avsarpini Kal is going on, and now he's telling even in this Kal, we have to understand that according to the Jain philosophy, the nature or the character is not nature. The characteristics of a Jain Muni are to be understood as number one, Bahya Abhyantar Parigraha Rahit. No attachment for external and internal possessions. External are, kya bole, 10, internal are 14, 24 parigraha. We have studied earlier. They are experiencing, number 2, अपने आत्मा का अनुभव करते हैं, अपने आत्मा में आपपना, oneness with the pure soul. Third one is शुभ अशुभ भाव के प्रति उदासीन. शुभ भाव comes, अशुभ भाव comes, they are in samta bhav. They are udasin. Now, what is the meaning of the word udasin? Ut asin, uncha asin. They are sitting on the high pedestal of spirituality and they are neutral to Shubh Ashubh Bhav, not dependent on Shubh Ashubh Bhav. Fourth one, they have given up Vishay Kashay Asakti. Then Sarva Savadhya Tyag, or giving up all the sins. 5 Mahavrat. Okay. They may have white or red clothes. No. That's all. Angikar karte hain. Yahan tak they are the real sadhus. And then he talks about the fake sadhus. The fake sadhus are those who wear colored clothes, red or white or whatever it is. They are Bhojan Lolupi. Bhojan Lolupi, you understand? More interested in food. They may have some wealth, they may have some himsa, they may have alpa parigraha. Then the fruit of this is ananta sansar. Ego. Clear? Then he says, look at their ignorance. Somebody takes a small vow and they break it, they will demean them, and they are taking the big vows and they are breaking it, and they are not even sorry for it or guilty for it. Now he says the process. Now I come to the process to be a Muni. The first one is Tattva Gyan. The way to be the right Muni, the first one is Tattva Gyan. The second one is Udasin Parinam. And third one is Parisha Sehne ki Shakti ko Badhana. Then only one person naturally Sahaj Bhav se Munipana aata hai. If these 3 are fulfilled, these 3 criteria are fulfilled. What are those? First, Tattva Gyan. Very beautifully, very deeply, very logically, profusely, profoundly, accurately, Tattva Gyan is done. For that only 5 years of our studies is there. You understood the investment that we are making for this behind this 5-year course? And second one is Udasin Parinam. Detachment. You're nurturing detachment. It comes naturally. Third one, Parisha Sehne ki Shakti. Your endurance level, your TQ level, tolerance quotient increases. Then Sahajpana Muni Dasha will come, and then Shri Guru Muni Dharma Angikar Karate. Shri Guru. Shri means one who understands the, Shri means prosperity of the soul. When you understand the Gyan Darshan Swabhav Atma, your darkness is dispelled. That person is Shri Guru. He'll give you the Munidhar. Then he gives the reverse of this. Some people don't even take to Tattva Gyan, and they are Vishay Kashay mein asakta, and they become Munis, and they are asking others to follow them. This is injustice, anyay, not the right path. Now, Upadesha Siddhanta Ratnamala says that such gurus, no, they are like the bhat and bhand. He's using 2 words, bhat and bhand. Bhat means in the courts, no, in the king's courts, royal courts, there would be human beings who will be cracking jokes, jesters. You understand? Jesters नाम का एक character वहां पे होता है. So these munis, no, they are like jesters in society. They're entertaining people. They're entertaining people and they take dhan from them. You understood? They will laugh, they will dance, they'll do all kinds of things and all that. So here he says, both the donor and the donee. Donor is the one, the giver, and the receiver, both will go down. Dubenge sansar. Then he says that somebody sees a snake and runs away. It's understandable. But somebody sees a guru and does not run away. I don't understand this, he says. Guru सर्प को छोड़ते हैं. People give up the guru sarpa, are rebuked by the common man. You understand? When you give up the worship of gurus, people will say, hey, come, big guru has come, let us go to them. And then you say, no, I'm not coming. Then they don't understand you. They'll say you are a fool. Then he says, when a snake bites you, you will die only once. But if you're bitten by a guru, you will die umpteen number of times. This is again told in Sutra Pahud only, I think so. Upadesh Siddhanta Ratnamal. Then in Sangapat, it is told like this. Some child becomes a muni because of some king's powers. And then he lives in the temple. He resides in the Chaityalaya. He lives like a grahast. And he is having his own family of disciples over there. And he thinks he's an Indra. I'll tell you one thing. In the Shwetambar Parampara, in Rajasthan, 300 years ago, there was this Yati Parampara. Yati Parampara means, Yati means one who follows the Dasalakshan Dharma, was called as Yati. But these Yatis forgot the Dasalakshan Dharma and they started going in palanquins. They started wearing all silk color robes. They started having attendants. They would go to the king's palace and they would be worshipped by them. And Bhattarak hote the, Mat hote the. In the south. In the north, Yati Parampara. So, Jaimalji Maharaj Sahib, in the Shwetambar Parampara, he spoke against these Yatis. So, they did not allow him to enter the city only. And in his writings, you find the one who wrote Badi Sadhu Vanna and all that. That's why they worship him. But now the sadhus who are worshipping him are not following the real Jainism as followed by him. Likewise, you can see in all traditions. You cannot wear a 24-karat gold chain. It is okay. You can't be the right God, right Guru, right Shravak. It's okay. But don't do the wrong things and say it is okay. Don't wear a pittal chain and say this is gold chain. You will be put behind bars. Know the difference between gold and pittal. Like that, know the difference between the right and the wrong fake gurus. Then he says, there are people who treat the householders like animals. They take work from them. They make them slog for them. वृषभ के जैसे उनको हाँकते हैं, जबरदस्ती दाना अधिक लेते हैं. I'll tell you one example. One of my students' father, he told me that from his village, more than 40 people have taken Diksha. Choti Marwadi hai. More than 40 people have taken Diksha. And those who give lot of money, donations, they are only given importance in their tradition. And those who don't give money, those who don't have money, unko koi puchta bhi nahi. So I don't want my daughters to take Diksha. Even though they want to take Diksha, I don't want them to take. And just opposite to his house was the Digambar temple. And Jayanti Lalji used to go there to give lectures. And then he got his daughters to Jayanti Lalji. And Jayanti Lalji got them to the department. And they did MA, MPhil in the department. And now they have come on the right path. And they are doing good teaching in the department. That is our Kajal ma'am. Kajal ma'am will be taking classes for you, Mahendran sir, next class. All these things you will see. So you should ask these teachers about their turning points in life, like that. Okay, next he says, Dansana Mulo Dhammo. Now this is from Darshan Pahud, very beautiful gathas. Page number 181. What to say? Darshana Mulo Dhammo Vaito Jinavarehim Sissanam. Tam Sona Sa Kanne Dansaneno Na Vandipo. Sa Kanne, oh human beings with ears. You should not worship those people who are without Samyak Darshan. Because Jinavara has told that the root of Dharma is Samyak Darshan. So you have the tree of Dharma, the roots of which are Samyak Darshan, and then the trunk is of Samyak Gyan, and the branches and leaves and flowers are of Samyak Charitra, and the fruit is Moksha. The root is not there means that tree of Dharma will dry. So you have to nurture the root. Then he says, Dansanesu bhatta, nane bhatta, charita bhattaya, ede bhatte vi bhatta, sesampi janam vinasanti. Those people who are devoid of Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, Samyak Charitra, they are brushed, corrupt, distorted. And those people who listen to them and follow them and worship them will also go to the lower existences. Then he says that there are people who are without Samyak Darshan and they want the Samyak Drishtis to fall at their feet. They are with Mithya Darshan and they want the Samyak Drishtis to fall at their feet. Such people will become deaf and dumb in their next lives. They will become sthavar. They'll go to the one-sensed yonis. And it will be very difficult for them to get the bodhi, the right understanding. So these people don't even have the guilt. Lajja bhi nahi hai unko. So they are doing Anumodana of Pap. And Anumodana of Pap will get you the fruit of more Pap. So even if you have the Jinalinga means Munilinga, and you take to Parigraha, then you are not fit to be a guru. You are not fit to be an Anangar. So such people who are not exerting in Dharma, there are immense doshas. They are like the flower of a sugarcane. Ikshu fool ki tarah hai. No guna in them. They are called as Nata Shramana. Nata, you know who is a Nata? Acrobat. One who does all acrobatics. So like that Shraman is also doing all these acrobatics. He is a Bhanda. Bhanda means again he's a jester. Even though he is nude, he's like a jester. He is only doing entertainment and he is not fit for liberation. So these are the details. Yahan tak apan rakhenge. Now you have any questions? Next class, I will try to finish this chapter. I told you people to read this chapter and come. How many people read? Hmm? I can do more
I-
if time. I can do more. You can read. It goes on. How a grahastha is better than 100 sadhus, and how one good sadhu is better than thousands of grahasthas. And they are actually cheating themselves. And a sadhu will have to give up the 46 dosha related to food and take the food that is not cooked for them, and all these things. It is told. You can read these pages. And then how these what kind of food they should take. And guru no is supposed to be very bada. You know what is bada? Vade, medu vade. How does a medu vade become a medu vade? So in Hindi, vada means bada. We call, moong ka bada, all that. So how does a bada become a bada? So first of all, the dal is soaked, then it is ground, then it is fried, then it becomes big, bada. Like that, a person has to first go through many things in life to become really great, and not simply become a guru like that. So charitra is only dharma. That charitra with samyak darshan, samyak gyan is only dharma. Otherwise, it is all waste. So that is how these pages, more pages are there, 3-4 pages are there about. Then he talks about Ashtamul Gun for a Shravak. All those things we will do in the next class. Yes, it is 9:35 and I've been talking for an hour and a half.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, please ask.
In the Shwetambar tradition, they have mentioned in the Agamas about the checks and balances around the Sadhucharya and Shravakcharya. How do we fit that in the context of Guru scenario?
First of all, you saw the 3 Vesh over here, no?
Yeah.
That criteria is not fulfilled by the Shwetambar Munis. So the
Okay.
Digambaras will not fall at the feet of the Shwetambar Munis. They will not
Right.
fall at them. Unko tikhuto se vandana nahi kare.
Okay.
They will not worship because they are not fitting into this category, this criteria at all. Okay. Now you look at all the Tirthankars. All the Tirthankars were following the Nirgrantha state. Nirgrantha state means complete detachment state. And in the Shwetambar tradition, they say that in the time of the first Tirthankar and last Tirthankar, people wear white clothes. In the middle Tirthankar ke time mein 22 Tirthankar ke Munis wear all colored clothes.
Yeah.
Because see, all these kind of things are there in the Shwetambar books, but such things you will not find in the Digambar books.
Yeah.
So after reading all this, you can have faith in what these books tell. And practice में आप क्या करते नहीं करते, that's your personal choice.
Yeah.
I cannot impose it on you or tell for you. You have to decide for yourself.
Yeah.
But ever since I have been reading all this, I go to the gurus and Shishtachar ke naate, Vyavhar ke naate, what is to be done, I will do. But my Shraddha is with what Paramatma's Agya is.
Sure.
है ना?
Thank
तो
you.
श्रद्धा लेवल में मेरे गड़बड़ नहीं है, और बाहर लेवल में मेरे को जो करना है, जो अपेक्षित है, मुझे करना पड़े तो मैं करूंगी, नहीं तो I will try to excuse myself.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I will not disrespect them, but I will not respect them unless otherwise I'm sure of things. I will not disrespect them. I will not respect them also.
Okay.
The way it should be done. So
Okay.
when I go to take classes, they will stand up and they will give me a seat to sit. But I will say, no, आप त्यागी है, आप व्रती है, आप पहले बैठो, फिर मैं बैठूं. है ना? You have taken to the vows, you are a sadhu, whatever may be your wish, you sit first, then I will take my seat.
Okay.
But they'll say, no, we may be sadhus, but you are a teacher, you are our Gyan Guru, you please sit first. They will put the asan for me, but I'll say, no, you don't do it, I'll do my work myself. They'll try to
Okay.
do everything for me, you know, I'll say, no, I will do my work. आप पढ़ो, आप जितना पढ़ सकते हो पढ़ो. You correct your understanding. That is more
Right.
important. When your understanding is correct, you will help others. You have given me
Yeah.
an opportunity to serve you. Please make the best use of this opportunity. That's how my communication is with them.
Okay.
Those who are open-minded, those who are close-minded, they'll say, no, 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 you should not study from a lady. We are sadhu, we are gurus. We are not supposed to study from women. Okay, your problem. What can I do? You're seeing this pariyai means you are depriving yourself of this knowledge. Maybe your time has not come. I'm only a nimit. When your upadan is ready, you can make use of this nimit. If your
Yeah.
upadan is not ready, this nimit cannot do anything for you. So my principles, my studies, I keep applying wherever I can.
Right. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, yes. Yes. Anybody else has any question? Okay. Tell me what your experiences with gurus are, how your beliefs are, how things, how did you like this lesson? What was your understanding about a guru?
Ma'am, to be frank, only in the last few years, I'm coming to understand who is the right guru and what is the right way of approaching things or understanding things. So,
So don't you think it's an important lesson that Panditji is teaching us?
oh yes, ma'am, definitely, ma'am. At least we know what we are, what I'm not supposed to do, and what I'm not supposed to follow. Then objective, no, obviously, then it will become what is the right path will be more clear to me. Yeah.
See, because he spoke so bluntly about things, people got him killed. He was true to his conscience. He was true to Paramatma. So people got him killed. They could not take what he was telling. They could not correct themselves. They could not appreciate what Panditji was telling. They poisoned the ears of the king and they got him killed.
And if in his time, 200, 300 years ago, it was like that. Now, if he sees that, he'll be crying. Yeah.
See, I'll tell you one thing. Today, if we Jains go viral, you know, immediately the world will pull down our temples and people to a great extent. We should silently work like the Christian missionaries. But if we try to go viral and we come in public and do these things, they will vandalize our heritage and our tradition and everything. This is my experience. Yes, anybody else?
Ma'am, I would like to add, my personal experience of a guru has been a very enlightening one, I should say, except that until I joined Paramagam Honors, I did not get the intention of his teaching or the direction he was trying to bring me to. I think Paramagam Honors has helped me a lot in that direction. But what I find is often is that unless and until I am clear of what I am seeking in a guru, I am only engrossed in finding the positives and negatives of a human form. And most of the time I find when I speak to other like-minded people, I often hear people complaining about what a Suguru would be and how you can go for looking for a Suguru without them able to find out why do they want Suguru in the first place. So I would still believe that even after all this listening and all, I think my faith in my guru has even strengthened further, because I find that what I am really seeking is the answer that I am getting there as well.
Very good. So that is the magic of intra-faith dialogue and interfaith dialogue. It helps you to understand your faith bright clearly.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah,
intra, when you're doing Digambar, Shwetambar, it's intra-faith. When you're
True.
doing Jainism, Hinduism, interfaith.
True.
But you should have an open mind.
Yeah.
And not be biased or prejudiced. It should not be mera so sacha.
No,
It should be
definitely not.
sacha so mera.
True.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank
See,
you.
there are, I know so many Shwetambar Munis who read Samesar and tell that this is the right thing. But we cannot externally, publicly declare that these are right things. You understand? And there are so many Shwetambar Munis I know who read Samesar and publicly tell that these are the right things. But we cannot follow them 100%. That is our weakness. These kind of Munis also I have seen. And there are Munis who don't even know about Samesar. And there are, I know Digambar Munis who will tell you don't read Samesar. All kinds of people I have seen. Hindu, Jain, Christian, all.
Ma'am, regarding this guru, I want to I want to share something. About 4 days ago, we were in Kolhapur, and I was told that the Kolhapur Mahalakshmi temple was originally a Padmavati
Jain.
temple, and the king of that Kolhapur region, he offered it back to the Digambar Mutt. He said, listen, it was taken out of your faith and I would like to give it back to you. But the head of the Jain Mutt at that time, he saw that many of the other non-Jains also had developed the faith in that goddess, and he thought it will be violence if he took it and stopped them from praying there. And he said, no, I will not take it back into the mud. It is the same. It's good. It is giving faith to many people in whatever form, and I will leave it as it is. I thought that was a very good quality of a guru, actually, who considered the community and their beliefs, and accordingly, for this harmony of the people around, he made the correct decision in spite of it being a very secular decision, actually. What do you say for that? I thought that was a quality of a very good guru, no?
No. You have to see what is being promoted in the process. Samyaktva or Mithyatva. People flocking to Padmavati, asking for mundane pleasures. Whereas Padmavati is a Yakshi of Parshnath Bhagwan who is seeking Vitragta. She is worshipping Vitrag Bhagwan because she wants to be a Vitragi. And we are going to Padmavati and nurturing Ragdvesh. So when that temple was offered back to the Digambar tradition, that Muni should have come forward and made people understand the role of a Yakshi in promoting Vitragata and helping people to come out of Mithyatva. That would have been the right way.
No, madam, the guru don't want to hurt the feelings, madam.
No. But in the process, he's nurtured the Mithyatva tradition. He may not want to disturb the fabric, the peace in the society at that time, but then he's not doing the right thing also and promoting the right things. He's only going to get some punya out of it. By not disturbing the peace, he's maintained the peace, he's getting punya. But will he get moksha marga? Will the people get moksha marga? That's a big question mark.
Ma'am,
I'm not telling you won't get it.
Yes, ma'am. Another point is, okay, the people I don't think are in a situation to understand. They have the fixed beliefs. The Muni will not be able to explain. to the common man.
But
They will
then-
just follow it.
but
Even if he
then-
were to must have said he knows his principle, but it's very difficult, I think.
It's a big question mark. As far as had I been in the Digambar that place, I would have taken it and I would have educated the masses. It's
But that is a
education is important.
But that will be a misunderstanding. No, then there will be violence because they think their temple is being taken away.
There is a way to do it, dear. There is a way to do it, dear. We have to do it in the right way.
Okay,
According
ma'am.
to the Dravya Kshetra Kal Bhav, we have to do it.
Ma'am, I didn't look at it like Yakshini giving boons and all the stuff. I looked at it as faith. Faith in, a guru or a dev kind of a thing, where the faith is anchoring the people to spirituality. And since it was doing good to a larger population, to anchor them to spiritual conduct, and he decided to do good to a larger
See, now the worship in those
Group of
that
people
temple, Shobha madam, the worship in the temple will happen the Hindu way, not the Jain way at all. In Hindu way only, all the customs will be followed over there. Yes or no?
Yeah, but ma'am, worship is worship, no, ma'am. It's bhakti, na? And bhakti is the first step to spirituality, no?
No. Oh my God, Shobha madam. Bhakti is bhakti. There is no difference between the right way and the wrong way then.
No. I'm not saying, but that doesn't mean the Jain way is the right way and the Hindu is the wrong way, na?
No. The point is that maybe you're forgiving and okay, you keep it. We'll make another temple. It's like your drishta, yata
No,
drishta
that is
bha.
not
Okay,
it. No,
will
that is
happen.
not the case here. That is not. It was a very important temple, the Kolhapur Mahalakshmi temple. It was a Jain temple. Now they have taken it. We have let go of things, not to disturb the peace of the place.
Even the Tirupati Balaji was said to be a Neminath temple,
I will
madam.
not agree with this.
Even the
See, that's
Tirupati
also-
Balaji temple, madam, it has been said that it is Neminath temple, ma'am.
Yes. Most of the temples you go, you will see the Manastham. They are all old Digambar temple. I won't say Digambar. That time it was Jain temple, Shraman Parampara. That time no Digambar Shwetambar divide was there. So all wherever.
Ma'am, this brings me to the basic question of last class. Is Jainism a philosophy or is Jainism a religion? Or
Both.
is it a philosophical religion or a religious philosophy? Or is it all of it?
All of it. See, you have to see the pure Jainism and popular Jainism. So when you take Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan part, it is philosophy. When you take the Charitra part, it is all religion.
Ma'am, Jai Jinendra, ma'am. I am after Mokshmar Prakashak, the fifth Adhikar. I am fond of Shwetambar tradition, ma'am. I would like to move to Shwetambar's tradition. I feel that fits my logic actually.
How?
Ma'am, with the, Shwetambar tradition accepts ladies can attain moksha. I can deny that as Pandit Todramalji because they cannot leave everything. This parigraha will be there with the girls. They cannot leave they can't go to the Nagna state. So that I can accept it with the Pandit Todramalji. But the Todramalji says like the person who is born in the Sutra, he can't attain moksha. I mean, moksha is like destroying the 4 karmas and then the rest will shed on its own. I mean, the other 4 karmas like Nama, Kotra and all, it's going to shed anyway. If you can destroy the 4 Jnana Varniya, Darshana Varniya karmas, these 4 will shed on its own. So even a Shudra can attain moksha. Why can't they attain moksha? Once, if they can able to destroy the 4 karmas, they automatically, whether he is, the Shudra, Vaisya, Brahmana, it doesn't matter. It's going to fall. It's all related to body, isn't it, ma'am? So I feel Shvetamba tradition has got a point there rather than Dihamba tradition.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
soul has no gender, ma'am.
Wait, Ram sir, wait. Yeah, you tell Ram sir, then I will take. You're telling
No,
something.
soul has no gender, no?
Yeah. So women, Shudra, all can be liberated.
Yes, as per my knowledge. Well, that's
Okay.
what I feel.
Now there are 2 questions here, Padma Priya. 2 questions. One is Stri Mukti, one is Shudra Mukti. So in Shvetambar Parampara, they say that Stri can be liberated, and a Shudra, we have Harikeshi Muni's example, who was born in the Shudra, this thing, and he got liberated and all that. Okay. Now let us try to logically analyze this, philosophically analyze this.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this 3, no, now see the logic of both the things. Shvetambar says that Atma has got no gender. So Strilinga
Right.
Siddha, Purushlinga Siddha, Napumsakalinga Siddha, all possible. Okay,
Yes.
going by this
Yes, ma'am.
logic. Even a Napumsaka has got moksha, Strika has got moksha, all that is Shvetamba tradition. Digambar logic, I'm telling you the logic. Okay, the Stri, no, in her under armpits, her genitals, there are Nigodhya Jeev and they will not be destroyed. And before getting Keval Gyan, all the Nigodh Jeev in the body are destroyed. Clear? And a Stri cannot go to that Nishankit level. Go to that Nishankit level, that means total absorption level, she can't go. Because there will always be the Shanka of somebody eyeing upon her, her chastity, that fear. She cannot conquer that fear thing. Not that fear, kya bole? She cannot be steady in meditation, the highest level of meditation I'm talking. Okay, so she is not eligible for moksha from the Stri Paryaya. But she will eventually be reborn as a man and then she will be liberated. This is the logic that the Digambars give. This is the logic that the Shvetambar give. So I go by both the logic. Now you ask me what is the truth. I will say truth is what God has told. And today, neither Stri nor Purush, both are not going to go to moksha. Both have to be reborn. So this whole idea is just a debate only.
So, ma'am, I have a question. Did Malinath Tirthankar not have the characteristics of a Tirthankar in the Shvetamba tradition?
Yes, they say she had. But the nudity and all that, I don't know how she could have followed. No, not possible. Not possible. And then they say, Tirthankar ka atishay hota hai. The people cannot see the, kya bole, jo bhi hai, Stri ka, wo sab nahi dikhta hai. All that way they will tell. But I very strongly buy the logic that Malinath was not a Stri. Malinath was not a Stri. She was Malli Kumar. But because of the kya bole, chhed-chhad with the Agam, these traditional sectarian differences have come in our Samaj. You have to research and research and research. And
Ma'am, but there is a similarity in Shaiva Siddhantam. Karaikal Ammayar in the BC had been a naked saint. And she climbed Mount Kailash on her hands. So it is not an impossible thing for a woman to be naked in the pre-millennium, actually.
I don't think so. I don't see this.
There are images of Karaikal Ammayar there are idols also.
I have not come across the Shvetambars talking about Malinath's nudity. I've not come across. I've not come across. They say she was a Stree Tirthankar, but nudity I have not come across. They're silent about it.
Ma'am, actually the tradition nudity is not the one which determines. So let's forget about that logic, because I can understand, like, if you want to wear some clothes, then you need to look for it, and then obviously parigraha will be there. You cannot concentrate on your meditation. I mean, those who don't want anything at all from the world can liberate. That I can understand, but how do you explain that Shudra part? A Shudra man can, from the acquisition, from the good people or maybe Samyak Drishti, they can attain moksha, isn't it, ma'am? It's all, after all, they have the male body, and I mean, they can get liberated without any fear or anything, which you proclaim to have, the females have.
Yeah. That is 100% agreeable. Now here you have to understand the word Shudra philosophically. Those who take to demeaning activities are not eligible. They call
It's not by
Anarya,
birth.
not by birth.
Yes.
Not
Yes,
by
ma'am.
birth. Shudra here refers to the demeaning activities,
Activity. Yes.
not by birth. Never in
Yes.
Jainism. There is no casteism in Jainism. You will find Brahmins only in Digambar tradition. In Shvetambar, no Brahmin, Vaishya, Shudra is there. No casteism in Jainism. I've seen my professors wearing the Janeu. Then only I knew that there are this Janeu Brahmin thing in Hinduism, in Jainism also. This is the influence of the Vedic tradition on us.
Ma'am, but Janeu
Okay.
is worn by Kshatriyas and Vaishyas also. It's
Yes.
not just Brahmins alone. They, in olden days,
Now listen. This Janeu is symbolic of Ratnatraya, which Bharat Chakravarti gave it to the people at that time. You understand? Initially, Adi Raja Rishabha had established only 3 castes: Vaishya, Shudra, and Kshatriya, based on their activities. The classes were divided based on the roles they played in society, not based on the birth. It was Bharat Chakravarti who later on called the people. It's a story, you know, in the Shvetambara tradition they give. He called the people to tell him about ahimsa, and whoever comes and preaches about ahimsa, having the 12 vows, then the Brahmin class came. Mahana. They should come and tell me, Mahana, don't kill. So that Mahana became Brahmana. And then as a mark, he gave them the punal to wear, which was symbolic of the Ratnatraya that they should be having. That is how the Brahmin class came. And all this was based on their roles they play, not on birth. There's no casteism in Jainism.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. That's really reassuring.
Okay, Chalo, I need to go. I have to take a break now. We'll continue this discussion in the next class, dear friends.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
thank
Good day,
you very
ma'am.
much, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Good session. Thank you, ma'am.
Tohe japu din rain, jo teri sharna gahe, so paave sukh chain. जावाणी के ज्ञान में सूझे लोकालो, सोवाणी मस्तक नमो सदा देत हूँ। जय जिनेंद्र everybody.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Yeah.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.